how in the world are you going to pull this off? So I took a 3-ring binder, or no, a spiral notebook binder, and I started writing in 5 categories: body, mind, spirit, value, and fun. So those would be a B. Everything with a B would be body, you know, M would be mind, etc. Started making a list of B's. What would be something for my body? First of all, diet, okay? Definitely got to do something with the diet because I got the inflammation, and I thought I had weak kidneys. So I started on a very strict kidney-friendly diet, but one of the bonuses that I got out of that ER visit is they took my blood sample, and I discovered that all those things with my weak kidneys have all been balanced out. And suddenly, unless I'm misreading that wrong, my kidneys are quite high functioning. I don't even have to follow that diet for the kidneys. But you know what? I still am, because I don't want to weaken them. But I still have to follow the diet for the inflammation and the pancreatitis, because that could turn into pancreatic cancer or stomach cancer, and that's pretty fatal quickly. So I'm still going to follow that diet. But anyways, there's a lot of B's in there that have to refer to my diet and healthy eating, and of course exercise. I've exercised at a low rate for a long time, but I need to pick up on cardio, and I need to rebalance some of my muscles because I've got both shoulders have been torn. I've got my knee, left knee, the ACL was severed back in 1981 when I was a kickboxer. Ended my career there, thank God, because if it hadn't been, I probably would have died of other things, or at least had major brain damage. Blew my back out 19 years ago. Lost a lot of leg strength, and then in 2018 severed my left Achilles tendon, which was quite an experience. But my left calf, let me see if I can show you. I don't know if you can see. The left calf is really small compared to the right one. Hey Henry, how you doing?
Good.
I'm making a video for YouTube right now, so.
Are you really? I was wondering what is going on with that guy walking with that camera.
It's a little weird. So here's my friend Henry from Nova Scotia. What a great guy this is. So
Well,
maybe
not quite as great as you,
Oh,
Rocky.
you hear that, everybody? Oh, that's thank you, Henry. How much do I owe you? Will $20 be good for that comment, or is that a free one?
That's a free one.
Okay, sweet. All right, thank you. Catch up with you tomorrow.
Yeah, lucky.
Oh, I'm lucky, all right. So I've got these weak calf muscles, and I have to balance those out somehow. So I'm going to focus heavily on doing exercises on that. Also, I can't run because I've got a dropped foot from my blown out disc from 19 years ago. And drop foot is where, you know, your foot just flops onto the ground. I can't really pull it back. I can't walk on my heels. So when I run, it is really rough on my body. So I think I'm going to try to go get some correct shoes to be able to fix all that. And I've set some goals that if I can just run around the block here once at the end of 30 days, that will be amazing, believe it or not. I haven't been able to do pull-ups in a couple decades, so I'm hoping, I've actually been able to do a couple of them right now. I'm hoping to double that in 30 days. I want to work on my balance, because when you get to be over 60, falls can be fatal sometimes. It might take a while for you to die from it, but if you break your hip, it's quite often people just waste away. So I want to build up my balance. That's for the body. So mind, you know, I'm forgetting things. I think we can all relate. So for that, I want to do some mind building things. I want to try to rebuild or reacquire my ability to do Greg shorthand. I want to be able to calculate numbers in my head. I want to memorize things. Used to be really good at memory. I want to memorization. I want to memorize things. So all these are going to be their own separate 30-day challenges, let's say. Maybe many of them will overlap, but maybe I'll take one day where I'll make a video of, well, like for tomorrow. Day 2 is going to be taking measurements of my body, weighing myself. Maybe it'll be on an Excel spreadsheet or maybe a Word document or something I can edit and revise. But I'm going to, for my mind, want to read a book a month. I want to learn a new skill, maybe play a harmonica. I'm a juggler, so I want to develop my juggling skills. That's hand-eye coordination, but there's a lot of mind involved with that. So that would be the mind stuff. So what do we got? Body, mind, spirit, prayer, obviously, is a big one. And seeing answers to prayer would make it even more valid. Scripture memorization and scripture application, and also I want to continue my education and ministry. I'm a ordained pastor in the Assemblies of God, but I've always wanted to continue that education. I thought, why? I'm already where I want to be. I don't need to keep that, but to keep your mind sharp is the biggest thing. So we got body, mind, spirit, value. Okay, value is the biggest one where I've lacked because I've been such a selfish person. I do so much stuff just for myself. You would always justify it by saying, well, I'm getting better at this so I can help other people. Well, to help other people has always been rare. My wife has been the main force on that, a big motivational person of, doing things for other people. So once it's like, once you see that your life has an expiration date possibly coming up, you realize that you got to get some of this stuff done. And then fun, of course. I've had lots of different hobbies. That's what I consider fun, but I've got a whole list of those things I'm going to do too. So if any of you, if you've listened to this whole thing so far, I'd be amazed. I'm in disbelief that anybody would listen to this more than 5 minutes. But I sure hope that God uses this to bring me through some challenges that will inspire and bring many other people through. Again, thanks for listening. Whatever I've told you here obviously is public knowledge now. I haven't told a lot of people, just my very close friends and family, about the cancer thing. And it's not 100%. It's, like they said, it's very likely it is, but it could be just a nothing. I still got the pancreatitis that comes and goes, but the fact that you get something like that once, even though if it turns out to be benign, the atmosphere or the ground is fertile for other things. And I'm going to try hard to unflammatize the inflammation in my body, be consistent on exercise and things that are healthful, healthy, work on the mind, spirit, of course, that should be number one actually, and then be of value, and not just to other people, friends and family, and shut-ins at church members. I'm the seniors, the pastor of the older people. I need to be of value to those people, but I also need to be valuable to the company I work for, because I'm still working full time. I don't really plan on ever retiring, but that could change just as fast as this emergency room visit changed me. One cool thing that one of the kidney specialists said, I don't think the guy's a believer in this way he's talking, and I didn't really push the issue on him, but he said, I did mention, thanks to God, about bringing this up, anyway, so I'm just kind of stammering here. He said, your false heart attack may have saved your life, because you could have gone 10 years not knowing this thing was there, never had any symptoms, and then one day you'd experience a pain and you'd come in to the doctor only to find out that this was so advanced that we couldn't really do much for you. That was reassuring, but it also left it open that, well, it could very well still do that. But like I said before, I don't want to let this rule my life. If this is what God has for me, then following what He has for me and being obedient in the process is greater than anything else that I could come up with my own plan for life. I'm going to cut it off here. I'm sure I went way too far on some things that didn't matter and missed a whole lot of things that I should have said. But I'm not going to script these things highly. I'm going to have some bullet point notes, and it's just going to be raw me. I'll say some things that you probably won't be able to forget or unsee, but it won't be anything sinful or anything like that. It's just be a little more honest about things that go on in my daily life than most people care to hear. And maybe that'll keep you hanging on to hear that. I don't know. So I'm still rambling on again. It's getting dark. Actually, it's a pretty cool silhouette right there. This is a good place to sign off. So if you like what you saw, I hope that you subscribe, or give me a thumbs up, or whatever it is, whatever channel you're on, if you're on YouTube or on Facebook, however you want to do it. But share it with somebody if you want, because if it's meaningful to you, it's probably meaningful to other people. So hopefully see you in the next video.